We often hear India doesn't lack degrees at all, but it does lack job ready skills.
The biggest problem is till now we have concentrated on formal education. They have a degree but not employable. Degree is not important, skills are important. Can't say that I have learned so much it is useful. Today's youngsters have to learn day in and day out.
So, if you had to pick top three skills that will define employability in the coming, say, few years, what would they be?
AI is very important. A job will not go, but it will be taken by a person who knows AI. Last year itself, Bangalore lost 2000 crores to cybercrime. So AI and cybersecurity are very important.
What is this summit going to be all about?
The theme is Workforce 2030, Systems, Scale and Synergy. Intellectuals, big minds, industry and all entire ecosystem will meet every year. In fact, youth and employment seekers is priority for us. And they will also have direct access to industry, and always these conferences connect is more important.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of The Talk. Today we have a very important topic to discuss. Bangalore is hosting Karnataka's first ever Bengaluru Skill Summit 2025 under the banner of Karnataka Skill Development Authority. And to talk more about this, we have with us Dr. Ramana Reddy, who is the chairman of the KSDA. Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for joining us.
Thank you, Sami.
So, Bangalore Skill Summit 2025 is taking place in a couple of days, right? This is state's inaugural flagship event. So, for someone who's hearing it for the first time, what is this summit going to be all about?
I will just tell you 1 minute about the state as such, Karnataka. Karnataka is one of the progressive states. Most of the economic parameters, like if you take GDP, you take direct taxes collection, indirect taxes collection, GST, exports, we are almost in the top 2 and 3. 2 years back, we said we wanted to become a $1 trillion economy by 2032. As a follow-up to that, we had to come out with some kind of roadmap for that. So what we have done is we have come out with a Karnataka Skill Development policy for the state for the first time, where we have given the roadmap what we want to do in the next 7 years. While doing that, we felt that we should have one stage, just like IT department does it. Skill department should have a stage where intellectuals, big minds, industry and all entire ecosystem will meet every year. So because of that, we planned this Bangalore Skill Summit. As you said, it is the first edition. What is there for everybody is, the theme is Workforce 2030, Systems, Scale and Synergy. Why we have put these through is, three is, that one is all the systems part of this ecosystem, we want to, even in the policy we have announced that we want to strengthen them. We are spending a lot of money. In fact, during the policy period, we are going to spend, cabinet has approved 4,432 crores plan. So one is how to strengthen the systems. Another is how to scale it up, because if for example today if I say that Karnataka's GDP is 350 billion, and we are growing in the entire decade last year, Karnataka grew at 8%. We say now 9-10% we grow. If you say like that, as a routine thing, it may reach 700, but we have to want to reach 1 trillion. So we have to plan for that. So with this background, we have had this summit. This summit has one is how to scale it up. That is what I explained. We have to scale it up for the $1 trillion economy to reach, and synergy between all the ecosystem partners. What is there in the summit is 2 days conference. Fourth evening, Honorable CM will inaugurate. Fifth and sixth, full sessions. Along with sessions, both the days we have a lot of round tables, about 12 to 13. There is an expo. We have run a skillathon for the entire country, but about 5-6 states participated first time. Many people may not know. So finals of skillathon will happen, and we are giving awards. First time we are giving Kaushalya Karnataka awards. We want to recognize private and government partners who have done well in the skilling ecosystem. So ultimately, who has to participate? People who are participating are policymakers. Even the minister from Mauritius is coming. and Germany has become country partner. Then industry representatives, then CHROs are there, then NGOs are there, especially youth and employment seekers. For them only we are doing it. What is the advantage in attending this for the employment seekers or youth is that they will have direct exposure and access to what is happening today, and they will also have direct access to industry, and always these conferences connect is more important. So it will help the employment seekers also, that this summit will give them a platform where you have exposure and access.
So even if I'm like a job seeker or
Yeah,
even a college student for that
yeah,
matter, I think this summit holds quite huge significance for me.
definitely. In fact, youth and employment seekers is a big
The target audience, we can say, right?
priority for us. Even
Wonderful.
delegates, when we did, we thought if we open it up for everybody, students may not get representation. Now at least 3 to 400 we have reserved for students out of 1,000 or 1,500.
And throughout your career, you have led some landmark summits of this magnitude. In fact, to name a few, it's BangaloreIT.com. Then there's Bangalore Bio. In fact, as Karnataka's first director of ITBT, you helped position Bangalore as a global tech hub. So, having all this experience in the past, what how does this shape your current approach towards Bengaluru Skill Summit, sir?
Basically, BangaloreIT.com started in 1998 in ITPL Bangalore. But 2000, what has happened is Mr. S.N. Krishna was the chief minister. In the country, for the first time, he started the department, separate department for IT and biotechnology. I am fortunate that I was the director IT and BT, head of the department in 2000. 2000 to 2003, June, 3.5 years I was there. So during that time, I held about 3 BangaloreIT.coms and 3 BangaloreBio.coms. Later, around 2017, they got merged and it became Bengaluru Tech Summit. And I was again fortunate that last 4 years of my service, I was additional chief secretary in charge of IT and biotech. So I conducted 4 events of Bengaluru Tech Summit. Even during COVID, we had hybrid model, but we didn't discontinue. Even 2022, we had the silver jubilee of the Bangalore Tech Summit. And about 1.5 years, I was also additional chief secretary industries. So this exposure for me in IT for a long time, IT, BT and industries department will definitely help, and it is helping me in my current position as chairman Karnataka Skill Development Authority, because all the ecosystem industry partners are majority are known to me. So with this background, we planned, in fact, if you see Bangalore Skill Summit, curtain raiser was on September 19th. We had 1.5 months time, but we could get very good speakers, we could organize everything. This is because of my previous experience and connect with the industry.
And I'd like to take this opportunity to bring to your notice, which I'm sure you're aware of. There were recent studies that show India's overall unemployment rate stood at around 3.2% in 2024. But among graduates, there was a concern that it shot up to 13%. So, what kind of targeted interventions or even policy shifts for that matter are being discussed at the summit to address this youth unemployment challenge?
Like not only at the summit, but even in the policy, the biggest problem is till now we have concentrated on formal education as a country, as a state. We never said that skill is also important. So every time degree and certificate was seen rather than skill. So then what has happened is there was a study which said that 85% of our graduates are unemployable.
Right.
When they come out, they have a degree but not employable. Why? Because their curriculum is outdated. We didn't interact with the industry. We didn't make curriculum up to date. So when they came out, again, whoever takes them, they had to put them into some training. So for this, but overall, I'm not going into numbers. But as far as the unemployment rate is concerned, even in the graduates, it is less compared to the national average and many other states. So we have taken care of this, that connect between the degree and the requirement. We have taken care of in our policy. We have lot of programs where industry itself will participate in the skilling requirements of the state, right from curriculum to giving them internship, giving them apprenticeships, Even we have a plan to some industries taking over ITIs, some industries taking over polytechnics. In fact, we have 100 AI scheme where we want 100 industries to take care of 100 academic institutions. So what I'm trying to say is, in the policy also, in this summit also, connect between the industry and academia. For the skilling, we are giving more focus, so that graduates, when they come out, they are really employed.
Like you rightly mentioned that there's a formal education, then there's the jobs, lacking skills. So we often hear India doesn't lack degrees at all,
Yeah.
like, but it does lack is job ready skills. So I'm sure this summit is going to be a turning point in bridging that disconnect at some level. If I'm
Yes.
so, can you just shed some light on that?
Now people are saying that degree will become irrelevant in the near future. Nobody will ask you what is your degree, but everybody will ask you what you can do. What happened in our education was 100% theory oriented, exam oriented. Ultimately, when you came out, you are not useful to the industry. So now the focus is more. There are certain countries, there are the concepts of dual system of education, vocational education. For example, in Germany, what happens is 30% of the time he is in the teaching class, 70% of the time they are in the industry. So more of such things we are planning now, so that when he comes out, one is industry connect, as I told you in the previously, that we want lot of connection between industry and academia. And even the method of teaching in the vocational institutes, we want to make it more practical oriented. One, our own example is, we have GTTC, Government Tool Room Training. If somebody comes from ITI, the placement levels are 15 to 20%, but GTTC 100%. Because GTTC for the last 50 years, what they are doing is, they spend 70% of time on the shop floor, either in their GTTC or with the internship in the some industry. So now the important focal point for us is, in the conference also, in the policy also, for the next 5 years, is how to make it more practical oriented. So that is what we are.
So, as we approach the summit, what are your expectations, particularly from the private sector, in order to helping youth sustain long-term skilling initiatives for the future workforce?
Till now, what has happened is, the vocational education institutions have run separately. Industry didn't get much connected to it. So now our focus, as I said earlier also, will be more and more connect between the two. Once they connect between the two, there is a connect. Yesterday there was one CAI conference, I participated there. There also I said, industry, what they are doing now is, they come and put up some labs in ITIs, polytechnics, engineering colleges, but that will not help much on a larger scale. So what I requested CIA is, I will coordinate with the state government, but setting up labs here and there is not an issue. You enter the our vocational institutions right from curriculum development itself and participate. There is a system of professors of practice. So somebody working in the industry can take sabbatical for a year and work here and teach. So there are, in many foreign countries, industry people come and teach. So this is very fundamental, and this is the focus for us.
And since you've been in this field, you know the ins and outs of it. So, if you had to pick top three skills that will define employability in the coming, say, few years, what would they be?
Like, one is, everybody talks about artificial intelligence. So what is said, every time when the computers came, internet came, cloud computing came, now AI has come. Every time we say jobs will go, but somebody has said in a very nice way, your job will not be taken by a job will not go, but it will be taken by a person who knows AI. So now artificial intelligence in every field, you have to have certain knowledge about it. I mean, job roles are also changing so fast. What is there today may not be there tomorrow. So definitely AI, whether it is right from schools to colleges, everywhere, AI is very important, and AI and other emerging skills like cyber security. Every year, the world is losing $10 billion to cyber crimes. So our GDP is four trillion, sorry, $10 trillion. Our GDP is 4 trillion. So more than 2.5 times of money is lost in cybercrime. So cyber security is very important. Last year itself, Bangalore lost 2000 crores to cyber crimes. So AI and cyber security are very important. Along with that, there are other emerging skills also. Second one is nowadays lot of importance given to green skills and sustainability sector. Third is whatever you may learn, but ultimately your soft skills, these days we call them life skills, your language proficiency, your logical thinking, reasoning. Recently, 2 3 days back, I saw in one of the newspapers, I think it is Accenture, exactly I don't remember. Earlier used to think that all IT jobs, IT computer engineers will come. What they have done is they have selected social sciences background, the commerce background, and even somebody who has done journalism, selected them, and they want to train them into AI and other emerging fields. So what I'm saying is tomorrow people will see only what skills you have and what soft skills, life skills you have, reasoning and thinking, such things. So these things are important.
And someone who knows you know that you are a very result oriented person. That is seen from your over 3 decades of experience. So, what's that one outcome that you personally expect or want to see by the end of this Bengaluru summit?
Summits are normally held for knowing what are the best practices in the world, what are the innovations which have happened. So I want some useful, because as I already said, Germany is the country partner. Mauritius Minister for Labour and Industry Relations is participating. Some speakers are there from abroad also, and very big minds from the country are there. Mr. Subrato Bakshi is
Right.
addressing. So what I want is some kind of very good partnerships to come out and very good ideas to come out. Yesterday I attended, as I said, CIS Skill Summit. There two more states represented. From each state I got one good idea. So once we get these ideas, we will try to develop them into policies, and that will help the state. And one ultimately I want what I have seen in the skilling sector is ultimately now what has happened is earlier once I have done a degree, I have done PhD in agronomy. So that was end of it. I never learnt anything. But now lifelong learning is the thing.
True.
You can't say that I have learned so much it is useful. It may not be useful after 1 year. So the theme today is degree is not important, skills are important, degrees may become irrelevant. Two is lifelong learning.
Right.
These today's youngsters have to learn day in and day out.
Right.
So
And before we wrap up, what message would you like to share with the youth of Karnataka as they look forward to the Bengaluru Skill Summit and beyond that as well?
you are in a state which is highly progressive, and we are doing very well as an economy in the country. So what we want from you is you participate in this Bangalore Skill Summit so that you will get exposure and access to the industry and academia, and you will have a connect there, and that will help you in future. So I want you to all youth and employment seekers to participate in Bangalore Skill Summit.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reddy, for taking out the time and joining us today and sharing these valuable insights about the Bengaluru Skill Summit, the KSDA's role in it, and personally your agenda that is driving this whole initiative. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. And to our viewers tuning in, this summit is going to be a big milestone in Karnataka's Workforce 2030 mission. This event is happening in Bangalore from November 4th till the 6th at the Lalit Ashok Hotel. We'll be dropping all the details related to this summit in the description below, so do check it out. And do not forget to subscribe for more such conversations with me, your host, Sami Khan, exclusively on The Talk.